Breaking news for anyone planning to immigrate to Canada in 2026. IRCC has just pulled back the curtain on its future plans, revealing the three new types of professionals it's considering targeting for express entry. We're talking about senior managers, top tier researchers, and even military personnel. Now, it's crucial to understand that these are still proposals under public consultation until September 2025, but they give us the clearest signal yet of where Canada's priorities are heading. So what does this mean for your chances of getting permanent residence? In this video, we're going to break down the official government data, analyze the trends that are here to stay, and dive into the math to show you what a truly competitive profile looks like in 2026. Stick around because the strategies we're going to share could completely transform your immigration journey. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Bella. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. My job is to help aspiring immigrants like you develop a personalized strategy that makes your journey to Canada as simple and stress-free as possible. That's the work I do with my clients every day, and it's the same guidance I'll be sharing with you right here. So to understand where we're going, we first need to look at the big picture. The era of ever-increasing immigration targets is over. Canada's new 2025 to 2027 immigration levels plan marks a major policy shift towards what the government calls well-managed, sustainable growth. Here are the numbers you need to know. The overall target for new permanent residents is dropping. For 2026, the target is 380,000, and for 2027, it goes down again to 365,000. Within that, the target for the economic class, which includes express entry, is set at 229,750 for 2026 and 225,350 for 2027. But while most targets are shrinking, one is growing aggressively: Francophone admissions outside Quebec. The target is 9.5% of all newcomers in 2026 and hits that 10% in 2027. The takeaway is simple. With fewer spots available, the competition is getting tougher. You can't just be a good candidate anymore. You have to be the right candidate. With fewer spots available, how is RCIC deciding who gets in? The answer lies in two powerful pillars that have dominated the system and are guaranteed to continue. Pillar number one: the Francophone imperative. This isn't just about a few extra points. It's a core government policy. We've seen frequent large draws exclusively for French-speaking candidates with CRS scores that are dramatically lower than other draws. For example, a French proficiency draw in March 2025 invited candidates with a CRS score as low as 379. Compare that to a Canadian experience class draw in August that require a score of 534. That's 155 points difference. But, and this is very important to note, as more candidates add an NCLC 7 to their profile, the pool of eligible French speakers is growing. Based on the 2025 pattern, this means the CRS score for these rounds will likely continue to rise. That 379 score was from early in the year. A more recent draw in August required a 481. So while French is still the most powerful advantage, you can't assume that a low score will guarantee an invitation forever. The bar is rising, even in this category. Pillar number two: category-based selection for labor shortages. This is the primary tool IRCC uses to fill critical job gaps. The established categories are healthcare, STEM, skilled trades, education, and agriculture. But here's a critical point. Just because your occupations is on one of these lists does not guarantee a draw. As we see in 2025, IRCC doesn't hold draws for every single category with the same frequency. So what do you do if your prioritized occupation isn't being selected? This is where provincial nominee programs become your most important alternative strategy. The provinces often target specific occupations to meet their regional needs. If you want a deep dive on that, I highly recommend watching my other video, which I will link up here. It's about Canada's express entry system in 2025. So we know what's staying the same: But what's truly exciting is where Canada is looking next. Let's take a deeper look at the 3 new categories IRCC is considering for 2026, because understanding these could give you that head start. First, the leadership category. This is aimed at attracting senior managers. Think C-suite executives, directors, and other roles in NOC Tier 0 who oversee the operations of a company. The government's logic here is that these leaders are economic force multipliers. They don't just fill one job, they bring strategic vision, accelerate digital transformation, and create more jobs for Canadians. So if you have a proven track record of high-level leadership, this category could be designed for you. Hi, if you've got any value from this video so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And feel free to leave a comment or questions down below. 2. The research and innovation category. This would focus on high-impact researchers and scientists to fuel Canada's knowledge-based economy. This aligns with stakeholder feedback, identifying needs in cutting-edge fields like quantum computing, clean technologies, and biotechnology. While the exact occupations aren't defined yet, this category could likely target individuals with advanced degrees like PhDs who are contributing to R&D and commercialization. This is about Canada competing globally for top-tier innovation talent. Number 3, the national security and defense category. This is a profound shift. For the first time, IRCC is proposing a dedicated pathway for highly skilled military personnel from allied countries. This official goal is to directly support the Canadian Armed Forces and national security objectives. This reframes immigration as a tool of national policy that goes beyond just economics. If your profile fits into any of these new or existing categories, your entire immigration strategy needs to be reevaluated. It can get complex trying to figure out which pathway gives you the best chance, and planning now is key. That's why we offer one-on-one consultations to build a personalized roadmap. Click the link in the description to book a private session with me. This brings me to one of the questions I get asked most often. This is my situation. What are my chances of getting an ITA? It's a fair question, but what many people think is a competitive profile doesn't always match the reality of the CRS system. So let's do a reality check and break down what a competitive score in 2025 and 2026 actually looks like. First, let's look at the general pool. This is for candidates who don't qualify for a specific category. To get an invitation here, you need a score in the 515 to 540 range. What does it take to get a score like that? Let's build a hypothetical perfect candidate. For age, you would need to be between 20 and 29 years old to get the maximum 110 points. For education, you need a master's degree, which gives you 135 points. For language, you need near perfect English scores, 10 in all 4 abilities, for another 136 points. As far as experience goes, you need at least 1 year of Canadian work experience for 40 points, plus at least 3 years of foreign work experience to max out your skill transferable points. This profile gets you to a score of 521. As you can see, to compete in the general pool, you have to excel in almost every single category. Now, let's look at the category-based pool. This is a completely different game because you're only competing against others in your specific category. The scores are much more achievable. French proficiency draws have gone as low as 379. Healthcare draws have been around 475, and education draws have been 479. This is the reality check. If your profile doesn't look like that perfect candidate, your most effective strategy is to find a way into one of these prioritized categories. To show you just how powerful this is, let's look at a few profiles and see how 1 or 2 strategic moves can completely change the game. Let's take profile number 1, a strong overseas candidate. She's 29, has a master's degree, 3 years of foreign work experience, and strong English. Her CRS score is 479. A great score, but not high enough for a general draw. Her only realistic path is PMP. Now, let's look at what happens when she makes one strategic change. Profile number 2, the same candidate, but with 1 year of Canadian work experience. Her score jumps 40 points to 509. She's now on the bubble for CEC draw, but it's still very competitive. But what if, instead of coming to Canada first, she focused on language? Profile number 3, the original overseas candidate, but she achieves NCLC 7 in French. Her CRS score skyrockets to 531. She's now competitive for general draws, and more importantly, she's eligible for those low score French language draws. This one skill is a game changer. Finally, what if she combines them? Profile number 4, the super candidate with both French and 1 year of Canadian work experience. Her score becomes an incredible 571. She's now at the very top of the express entry pool. As you can see, 1 or 2 strategic moves can be the difference between waiting for years and getting an invitation. If you are an overseas candidate wondering how to get that crucial Canadian experience, or if you're thinking about taking the French test, we can help you weigh the pros and cons for your specific situation. Book consultation, use the link in the description below. So after all that, what's the final takeaway for 2026? The big takeaway is that Canadian immigration is becoming less about having just a high score and more about being the specific piece of the puzzle that Canada is looking for. We've seen that the government is moving towards lower, more sustainable immigration targets. We know that the focus on French speakers and workers in key sectors like healthcare and education is here to stay. And now we have a clear signal that Canada is looking to the future by targeting leaders, innovators, and even military personnel. The path to permanent residence is more complex than ever, but it's also more defined. The earlier you start to prepare and align your profile with these priorities, the less time you will waste and the fewer detours you'll take. Getting that PR you've spent so much time and resources dreaming of is absolutely possible, but it requires a smart, forward-thinking strategy. Don't navigate this changing landscape alone. If you're ready to move beyond just calculating your score and wanting to build a real strategic plan for your future in Canada, our team is here to help. Click the link in the description to book a strategic immigration planning consultation today. Let's build your successful path to Canada together.
If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for your support. And if you get any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons because it will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And if you feel like this video would be helpful for somebody else, by all means, share it. And if you have any comments or experience you would like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.